Maybe Mongo.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are calling us from. Thank you for coming to join us on this training, because they say that you have to train insane, otherwise you remain the same. You have to be trained. If you are teachable and coachable, you become unstoppable. Right, so our team is Team Unstoppable Focus, and we are going to be doing a game plan that we have. And at the end of the game plan, we're going to welcome some questions and answers and do some strategy training. My quotation there is faith, because everything that you do, if you don't have faith, you are not going to get very far. So faith is like a grain of mustard seed. Even if it's a small grain, if you have it, it will grow to be the biggest tree in the jungle. Right, this business, we have to start with the power of why. When your vision is crystal clear and your why is strong enough, you eliminate all excuses and get to work every day to make it a reality. So the key is to working every day. You have to dedicate a certain amount of time, even if it's 1 hour, 30 minutes, whatever, but you have to be consistent. Like what Yuda said when she joined, she said, consistent, consistent. This is the key for this business. And what you do also duplicates across the whole team. We have to ask yourself, if you are going to have a clone, if your team is going to be an exact clone of you, and your team was going to do exactly what you are doing, how big will your team be? Right. So as usual, what we normally do when we start with this game plan training, we just recap what we have our fingers on, the products that we are working on. Happy Travel, we've got the Happy Fund is the main fund that we are actually working on right now. This fund has got 8 different revenue streams. And the beauty about it, it starts from as little as $35. You can start your own international business. And for us, we are actually focusing on, we can do the Explorer for 35, but you see we can combine it with another package for 75 called the Even Up. Together, we call it a combo. That combo costs only $100, but we have 2 products running side by side. And when you do those products, you will see how powerful it is to get back to your intended results. And the other product that we're actually running with is also the Traveler Fund for 125. This also is good because it's a super fast way to earn income. For the 35, you'll be earning $25 commissions, but for the 125, you'll be earning $100 commissions. So it will take you 4 times more effort, or 4 people to gain $100, which you'll get with only 1 person if you've got the 125. So for our team, we've got a game plan. We are not just shooting in the dark. We've got a laid down game plan. This model is a tried and tested model. We've got our mentors who we know they've made millions using a game plan like this one. So we are not reinventing the wheel. We are just copying and pasting a tried and tested formula. This formula here has created some millions of US dollars for other people, our mentor that we know. So we are just copying and pasting. There's no time for reinventing the wheel, because we have to work with a plan that works. Right. So in this business, we're talking about 7 basic plans, 7 basic skills that we need in this industry. And in this game plan, we also highlighted the 7 basic skills. So I'm just going to go, I'm going to expand on this focus board, this game plan. It will be, as we go to the next lines, it will be just highlighting on specific areas on this plan. Right, like we have done now, I just highlighted on this part. This is the top right corner of the game plan. What it is actually, it's a disclaimer. Like I said, you have to train insane or you remain the same. This is true because if you put the hours in training, the results will automatically come. It's not all about earning, a lot of money now, but it's about who you become by the process. You are becoming a changed person because the training is actually going to harden you and make you the type of person that will deserve the income that you are going to get. But this is a business. On our disclaimer, the first point I'm going to highlight is this is a business. It's not a savings club where some people, they think, okay, I put in my $100 or whatever amount, and then they do nothing. And then they expect that after a certain period of time, they're supposed to get some revenue, like they've put their money in a savings club. That is completely wrong because this is not a savings club. You don't just put money and wait and expect to receive an income. It doesn't work like that. You have to do the work, just like any other business. If you open a shop, if you start a shop, you have to open it and start selling. Otherwise, you won't get any revenue. So you get paid according to your skills and effort. Now, the beauty about it is that the effort with nothing to do with, we cannot influence the effort that you put, but the skills that you need, we can teach you all the skills, but the effort is up to you. So what we recommend is when you start this business, you share this with at least 6 people. And we recommend even your new people that they share this with at least 6 people in their first day. And then within your first month, if you share it with 30 people, at least 30 people, you must do the numbers, you must record. Because what gets measured gets done. If you don't measure, if you don't record the number of exposures, nothing will be done. And for Zoom, at least try to have 2 prospects, 2 new people who attend Zoom with you. Every time you come to Zoom, just find at least 2 people, new people to bring to listen to the Zoom with you. That way, it means you just invite people and that's all. You've done your job. And the presenter is going to do the work for you. Right. I talked already about the 7 basic skills that we need in this industry. This industry is not a very complicated industry. It doesn't require you to have a degree. We don't care whether you've got a degree, whether you don't have any qualification, nothing. What only matters is are you able to master these 7 basic skills? And these 7 are not even complicated. So I'm going to go about it one by one. The first one, the first skill you have to know is just to find prospects, because you don't have a business if you don't have any customers. So the list of people or the prospects is your customer. If you don't have customers, your business have got no chance. So what you need to do is you have to have a book and come up with a list, make a list of people that you know. You start with at least 20 people that you know, and then you add at least 2 people per day, at least 2 people. By the end of the year, you'll be amazed how many people you have on your list. So if you have a list of people, you never get frustrated because you see that you still have a lot of people to show this business. People give up when they think they've got no one else to show, when they think they've shown everyone, but that's not true. In most cases, those people would have shown maybe 10 people only. But if you do this trick about writing all the people down and showing and ticking the people that you have shown, you see that you never run out of people. And skill number 2, you must be able to invite. Inviting is a fundamental skill in this business. At the end, at the back of our game plan, the one that I've sent on the groups, at the back of it, there's a script which was done by Director Patricia. That script is just too good. You just need to copy everything that is on you just have to be reading it. See, you just read what's on the script and that's all that you need. Number 3 is you have to be able to present, showing this business to people. At first, you might not be able to do it like on a PowerPoint like we are doing, but at least you should be able to just explain to people. If you are not able to explain, you need to use the tools like a YouTube link, pre-record. There are pre-recorded YouTubes that we have. You can open that YouTube and then you can play it with your prospect, and your prospect will listen together with you. not on their own, but you have to be listening together with them so that you make sure that they're actually listening. If they've got any questions, then they ask you. Skill number 4 is follow up. You should be able to follow up, because they say the fortune is in the follow up. In most cases, people, they don't say yes at the first time. Some people, you need to show them 2 or 3 times before they say yes. But you have to be consistent, because like what you just said, consistency is the key for this business. And then number 5 is the closing. Closing is the gateway skill. You should be able to ask for the money, because most of the time people, they don't buy, they don't join your team because you're not asking them. You don't ask people, what do you think? No, you ask them, are you in or are you out? Or you just say, you are in, right? Because we don't give them an option of saying no. What you do is say, which one do you like, the combo or the 35? You give them an option, but all the 2 options will be a yes. This is a skill that we should be able to master. Skill number 6 is promoting for events, just like the inviting. Promoting for events, we are talking about when the lockdowns are over and we've got some live events. So when you are promoting, what you do is, most of the time when you've got live events, we've got a speaker. So when you are promoting, you are not promoting the business, but we are just edifying the speaker. We are talking good about the speaker, stories about the speaker. And most of the time, those speakers that we have at our events, they are people who have earned some significant monies with this business. So we are just edifying and telling the story about these people who have changed people's lives. They've managed to earn so much in this business. So that is a skill that you need to be able to master. To promote an event, you are actually telling people to come and see a person that you know is got some results that you all intend to have. That way you can get more people to attend to the live events. And then number 7 is this game plan. You have to be able to get your team to attend to a game plan like this one, whereby you show them the basics of this business, especially these 7 basics. So this game plan is a fundamental skill that every person should be shown the basics of doing this business. So everyone of your team should know this like the back of their hand. If you have a team that knows these basic skills, then you've got a team that is just good to go. With or without you, they should be able to do the job. So that is the key of this business, because you should be able to be insignificant to your team. Your team should be able to do the job with or without you. Right? And as our team, we've got a strategy. This strategy, we've seen that it works, right? Because Happy Fund is so generous. I've worked with other companies whereby to get your first commission, it was like squeezing water out of a stone. And for me, after having been to all these other companies, which I'm not going to mention by name, when I saw Happy Travels, I said, oh, how easy is it like this to get money? For me, I managed to get my money back within my first 24 hours. Just to prove the system, I managed to get my money back. All my initial joining fee, I got it all back within the first 24 hours. And I use this system. So what you do is, when you register, step number 1, you register yourself, you sign up, right? And then step number 2, you get your first person. Now you have to get this right. On our presentation, we actually have an arrow. I'll see if on the next slide there is that arrow. So you register and you get your first person. Now, when you've got your second person, because this is a people helping people concept. So what we are doing, we are not a selfish team. So what we do is, when we get your first one, even if it is you who's got the second person, what we are recommending is that you put the second person on the first one. So we register one, and then you put the second one on the first one. So by so doing, it means your second one lands on level 2. Now, when that happens, it means you get paid your first commission immediately from the second person. And on your third person, you also put them under number 1. And guess what? You also get paid from just your second person. So this is a very powerful strategy that we've seen that it works. You just get one, and you help that one to get one. And then the fourth stage is you repeat the process. You get one and you help that one to get one, and you repeat. When you do that and you just coach your team to do the same thing, you see that you get the results that you want. It's a no-brainer. You actually see that it works like magic. Right. So this is the arrow that I was talking about, where you are on 0, and the first person is Amos, the second person is where there's Patricia, number 2, and then the third person, number 3, and then you get paid on level 2, like I was explaining. So this is working on the 125. You could start with the combo, which has got the 35. So where there's 100, it could be the 35 plan, which pays 25, and the same on number 3, where there's 100, there will be 25. It doesn't matter. As long as you start on the API fund, this same model is going to work for you. Right. So this is the overall strategy that we have now. What we are calling the game plan is that the first stage, remember I mentioned that we've got the API fund, it's got 8 different levels. And then over and above the API fund, we've got what is called the even up. The even up has got a different compensation plan. On the next training, I'll have to do the detail of the even up. But basically, the even up has got a matching fund, which is super, super exciting. So when you mix the API fund for 35 and the 75 even up, you get what is called a combo. So for this game plan, for us, we've seen that we recommend if you start by a combo with only $100, this is a very good way to start, because by so doing, you'd have a 3-in-1 package. Why do I say it's a 3-in-1? It's because on a combo for 100, you have a 35. You can find some people who want to join in on 35 only. You can do that. You will find some people who want to join for 75 only. You are free to do that. So that's number 2. And then you can find some people who would want to do the combo itself. So you actually have a 3-in-1 package. That's super, super powerful. So number 2, the stage 2 is when you follow that system that I mentioned about getting one and getting that one to get their second person. You'll find that with only closing off the first center, you would have already got $125. So with that $125, you use it to activate the Traveler Fund. Remember, I told you the Traveler Fund is super, super powerful because it just compresses time frames. It makes you earn money faster because it takes you 4 times more effort to earn $100, which you can only earn with one person in the Traveler Fund, because the Traveler Fund gets you $100 commissions, which is super, super powerful. So the next stage is when you've got the Traveler Fund, we can now upgrade to the other funds. There's what is called the Navigator Fund, which is also part of the API Fund family. You can also upgrade to that one. By so doing, at that stage, you'll be on your way to earning $1,000. So we've got several people in our team who've earned over $1,000. So we are not just guessing with this thing. We are talking about a tried and tested formula that works. So we say the secret of getting ahead is getting started. So this is the game plan training that we had for today. And right now, I'm going to just open up a few questions so that we can have a strategy training, questions and answers. Yuda, do you have anything to add? Would you have any comments or anything which you would want to add?
Thank you so much for that good presentation. I think I'm not adding much. I'm not adding anything.
Wonderful, wonderful.
This is really good for today, for this evening. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. So the idea for today was to just rekindle the flame and have our team to start again for 2021 with a crystal clear vision. Because like I said at the beginning, the vision is the most important thing. We cannot emphasize it enough. I've actually gone back to the vision screen where I said that you need to have everyone who is on this call, you need to write down why you are doing this business. That is very important. If you have a crystal clear why, that moment when you feel like giving up, you always remember why you started. Because if you have a clear enough why, you go through any obstacle. Because if the why is strong enough, you can go through any obstacle. Just for example, look, think about it this way. Maybe there's a building which is catching fire, all right? If there's a dog or maybe a cat inside there, and people tell you, there's a cat inside and the building is on fire, maybe you might say, so what? Maybe it's just a cat. But imagine if there's your son inside. You go, no one will stop you because you go through the fire to go and retrieve your son because the why is strong enough. This is true for any business. If the why is strong enough, you go through anyhow. No one will be able to stop you. So this is the kind of mentality that we have to have, a very strong enough why. And if your why is strong enough, no one can actually stop you. So the goal is actually to do an international business. That is my why actually, because coming from an economy like mine, I'm from Zimbabwe, I've seen that to rely on the economy of one country is disastrous, because in my country we went through a very difficult patch whereby our money was like, because of hyperinflation, it was reduced to almost nothing. And if you had only surviving on only that line of income, then you would be doomed because all your savings will be reduced to nothing. But if you had imagined business in an international business and earning from multiple economies, you'll not be so worried. So having an international business is the way to go, especially in this environment. And we are very fortunate that we've got the internet. It's so easy to have an international business. You don't have to be physically present in all those other countries. Wherever you are, you can operate an international business. So that is the power of this thing. So I'm super excited. This is the end of our training today. And Grace, I don't know if you've got any questions or comments that you can ask. You can just unmute yourself and ask. And then afterwards, we can also do a one-on-one question and answer.
Okay. Thank you for the presentation. I really learned a lot and it really rekindled me. Now I think I don't have any questions so far yet.
Wonderful. So what we are doing right now, I'm just going to end the recording, and then we are going to just continue with the discussion because the formal training is officially over. So I'm going to end the training, and then we are going to post the link onto the groups. I'm going to upload this on YouTube and then post the link, and then we can be able to recap on the training. But just hold on, we are going to be still on. I'm just going to stop the recording.